So it's 2014, and we have a brand new version of RoboCop. This time starring an actor named Joel Kinnaman, who is surprisingly good. For someone I've never heard of before, this guy really knocks it out of the ballpark as Detective Murphy. He brings a lot of depth to the character that you just don't expect from a movie like this. Your villain is Michael Keaton as Raymond Sellers, who is the CEO of Omnicorp, the maker of robots that are helping the United States military essentially keep the rest of the world, the entire rest of the world, under martial law. The mentor character is Gary Oldman as Dr. Dennett Norton, the man who designed RoboCop. Basically, he's a guy that worked for Omnicorp in their prosthetic limb department. And when the decision was made to put a man inside the robot suit to sell the American people on allowing a non human to patrol their streets, he was the guy that was given the assignment of making this all work. And his journey in the moral compromises that are necessary to make RoboCop work is actually the emotional core of the movie and the moral core of the movie. For allies, you have Michael K. Williams as Detective Murphy's partner, Jack Lewis, and Michael K. Williams is Omar from The Wire, and he's just as good in this as he's in anything I've ever seen. His part is maybe slightly smaller than I would have liked it to have been, but it's not small. It's just I like this guy, and I would have liked to have seen him in a little bit more of the film. Um, for enemies, well, the Detroit Police Department is basically as corrupt as the Gotham Police Department is in the beginning of any Batman origin story. There's a lot of bad cops out there, and the city has gone to crap. So there's a lot for RoboCop to clean up. Also, there are the gun runners. The gun runners are the people that Murphy was investigating when he was blown up and thus became RoboCop. And then, of course, you have the rest of Omnicorp. There are various robots, most notably the Ed 209s that we all remember from the first film. They return, they're bigger, they're better, they're much more dangerous, and there are more of them. The upside of this film, it's a great story, a much better story than you expect going in. But it is told as more of a thriller than an action movie, which is a little takes a little bit of getting used to. There is a lot of deep character development in this film and a lot of real emotion, which is held up by great acting all around. The downside of this film is that the trailer of the film prepares you for an action movie, not a thriller. And the pace of this film is much, much, much slower than what you expected to be going in. And if you are really die hard, dead set on an action movie, this literally will not be the movie that you wanted. If, however, you can adjust to the fact that this is more of a suspense movie with a lot more drama, then this movie knocks it out of the ballpark. It's a great movie. Um, Unfortunately, the action is marred by lots and lots and lots of shaky cam. I will never like shaky cam. Shaky cam is disorienting and it doesn't tell the story well, and it frankly hurts my eyes. And then when there's no action going on during the dramatic scenes, there's a lot of the handheld cam, which is basically the slow version of shaky cam, where the camera tries to move about a scene mimicking the eye movement of people who really don't just stare at one thing focused the way good camera work does. Most people's eyes flit around. They'll go to the face, they'll go down to the chest, they'll go left, they'll go right, and then come back to the face. When the camera starts doing that, that's the handheld crap, and it is crap. It's garbage. So the movie itself, I enjoyed. The story, I enjoyed. The acting, I enjoyed. The cinematography is crap. Ultimately, This movie is a movie that I had so much fun with the story that I'm torn between 4 stars because I hate the cinematography and 4.5 stars because I love the story. Um, I think ultimately I have to drop this movie down to 4 stars because it's not the movie that it advertises itself as, but it's way too good to go any lower. So 4 stars for RoboCop.